Also, I just noticed next gen games are $89.99.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Dude, they're up $10. Yeah, they're up $10.
Up 10.
Which is another reason why I think, you know, we'll jump in it. Let's jump into Xbox Game Pass. Let's jump in there. I think that's why that's going to excel. You're offering all their first party games and even some third party, because they'll pay for it. They're going to throw in an Xbox Game Pass because they're just going to pay the publisher a certain amount of streaming rights, kind of similar to how Netflix does theirs for playtime. And you're getting a huge value without having to pay, drop, $90 for a game.
Very, very, very compelling. Very, very compelling. I don't know if it's the economic times that makes it more compelling, or maybe it's objectively compelling, but regardless of the circumstances, it just makes too much sense for $16.99 Canadian a month.
Yeah, and I mean, and same thing. If you have like a new, your kid's getting older, and now he's ready for an Xbox or a PlayStation because he hasn't. You have that new generation of gamer. He jumps into an Xbox like Mike just had it up. There's thousands of games available. Between the backlog of Xbox One, of 360 that's available, and the select original Xbox games that they were able to port over. I mean, I still play Crimson Skies. That was one of the best games ever, and that was on Xbox One, the original Xbox. It's a great freaking game.
Can I mirror this conversation a little bit about what PlayStation is doing with the PS Plus collection?
Please do.
Okay, so here are the games that are available for PS Plus collection, which I believe are just, I guess if you have PS Plus, you can play these games on your PS5. You have the original the new rebooted God of War, I guess, Bloodborne, Monster Hunter, Final Fantasy 15, Fallout 4, Mortal Kombat, Ratchet and Clank, Days Gone, Until Dawn, Detroit Become Human, Battlefield 1, Second Son, I forgot the Infamous. Batman Arkham Knight, The Last Guardian, Last of Us Remastered, Resident Evil 7, and Uncharted 4.
How much is that?
That's just part of your, what was it? That's part of your PS Plus subscription, and that is $70 Canadian.
$70 a year.
That's incredible.
That's a banger. That's a banger.
That's a pretty big banger. But like if I would, for me, I've got most of those games that I've already played on my PS4, so it does nothing for me. Right? For me, it doesn't add any value. But for somebody new, it adds a lot of value.
Well, the guy who's like, I don't know, like I love Sony, I love but that price, and then he sees this and he goes, oh fuck it, I didn't get to play half of these.
No, that's what I mean. Like I say, it's a great value for somebody that's never had it on PS4. But for me that has on PS4, it doesn't entice me because my PS4 works perfectly fine and the games work perfectly fine on there. Yeah. I'm not tossing my freaking PS4 out. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people are ditching their PS4s. They're trying to sell them now, but I'm not. I'm one of those gamers that keeps them until they completely burn out. But for me, it does nothing. But you're absolutely right. For somebody that's never been, or again, like that new first gamer that's finally graduating it up. And, he sits down with daddy and looks at the two and says, Daddy, I'll play this game more than the ones over here. Right? So now you're weighing it. It could be mommy too. I don't want to sound sexist, but usually daddy's the one that buys the kids the game. The mom's like, you bought him that? Are the games violent? No, I was kidding. But you know what I mean? But
I'm just imagining it the other way around. Like a guy walking into the room with a fucking apron on and being like, what did you say we would do?
Yeah. But no, I just like you hit it right. The value it's really comes down I posted this on Twitter and another streamer's chat, Pull Shark, and I said it's a really tough decision which console to go with for people that cannot afford both, because now you got to weigh which games, exclusives, brands you really want to roll with. What you feel is going to be better. Is paying $70 a year to play online and get these bundles of games, mind you. So now let's just put it this way. So the digital only console is $100 less, but you have to add 70 to it if you want PS Plus. So it's honestly only a $30 difference at that point. Whereas the Series X is going to be the price plus $16. So you're looking at roughly a $45 difference in reality when it comes to getting what they're advertising for PS Plus and what Xbox is offering.
I don't think the difference is that big, is it? Because it's $70 for the year.
If I don't buy Xbox Game Pass, I don't have to pay an extra online to play Warzone games online or anything because they dropped their Xbox Live.
That is very true. Honestly, I'm hoping
that's huge.
Game Pass Ultimate does eventually switch PS Plus, because that my thing going into the show was how is Sony gonna compete or just make PS Plus a better value? Yeah. And it's 2020, guys. Like, why are we paying to play online?
Yeah. So Sony's gonna say that, you know, it's not to play online. It's a membership bonus where they're gonna have to still throw those games for free. They're games with Plus, right? You know, PS Plus titles per month, the 2 titles and the backwards compatibility titles for PS4, and then obviously PS3. They'll have now 6 games as opposed to 4 because they're going to add the PS5 in there. Whereas Xbox Game Pass, they won't have games with gold, but what they'll probably do is if you have Game Pass Ultimate, they'll say, hey, games with Ultimate, the 2 that you actually get to keep no matter what. So it's a different change of mentality to get those subs.
It is. All I have to say is, competition is good for the consumer, because I don't think PS Plus collection would be a thing if Game Pass wasn't. If Game Pass.
No, 100%. They needed an answer. They needed an answer for the power that Xbox had. You're absolutely right.
Whether it is enough for you to buy a console or not, debatable. But at least it's there.
I think they did the PS bundle not only to battle Xbox's Xbox Game Pass, but to actually have games on release.
That's the other one.
100%.
And to be fair, even like I'm kind of, I wouldn't say I'm like absolutely diehard, but I play my first party. Like there is a couple here that I didn't play. Like I didn't play Bloodborne. I've been wanting to play Monster Hunter.
You know, if you love to get punched at the balls, Bloodborne's a perfect game.
Sounds right.
It's hard, if not harder than Dark Souls. Really? So if you love that type of game, which basically punches you in the balls, go for it. I can't. I get too frustrated. I can't do it. Those games are just not for me. They're just not for me. I recognize that.
I played Fallen Order. I think that might be like a light version of that, but yeah, Bloodborne seems like it's a little intense. But
I know guys that have spent half a year trying to get past one boss. I can't remember his name, but one buddy, he spent like a half a year trying to get past him. He would spend a week doing it, say F it, go back, one day next. Yeah, it took him a while to get past that one boss.
Yeah, Kenneth, didn't you take like a week to kill a frog guy? In
Jedi Fallen Order, completely different level. But there is some fun in the sadistic nature of trying.
No, exactly. It appeals to some people, which is why I'm so surprised that Sony showed Dark Souls Remastered on the PS5, because that is not a game that's going to appeal to everybody.
Yeah.
Right? It's a very niche game. Same with Resident Evil. When Resident Evil has a name, there's a huge more fan base and player base for Resident Evil. But then again, it's still a very niche market because it's a horror style game.
Quick time out on this, Chris. I think that is really the difference between the divergent strategies between Sony and Microsoft. Sony is offering the niche experience that you really, really care about. Like, you want to find out what happens in God of War Ragnarok. You want to find out what happens. And Microsoft, on the opposite, it's kind of like that Netflix, like, we have a huge library of, these different worlds, like,
Well, they had Halo, and that got delayed. If they had Halo, you'd be saying a different thing, because Halo is also another niche game, but they had to delay it because it looked like crap. And it looked too much like Destiny, and they said, okay, we need to go back, and we brought back the original guy that did Halo to come fix it for us, right? You know what I mean? And I think that's why they were trying to really hard buy Bungie, because I guarantee you, had they bought Bungie out, they would be working on Halo right this instant.
Man.
So, but you do raise good points. Like they did raise niche things, but like I say, if you're coming out here and you're showing me my PS5, I've been waiting for this, guys. Yes, Spider-Man, yes, and then you have all these multi-platform games. Now, Harry Potter was a good surprise. It's great to see that. I want to play that goddamn game. Yeah. But when you're not saying it's not exclusive, yay, God of War, that was a quick little teaser. It really sets me back, because I'm like, I really want to see nothing but first-party games. I want to see a strong launch. I want to see Resident Evil launch day. I want to see, a new Uncharted game or something on there. I want to see like all these brands that make PlayStation's so great. You know, they didn't even show Ratchet and Clank. Yeah. They should have showed something that they did show at last event, but these are the titles you need to see. These are the ones you want to see more of, that is going to be on launch day. And when you show that and then say, okay, here's our prices, here's it. And then they didn't even tell you in the press conference that pre-orders start tomorrow. Shit, people are doing them right now. They didn't even tell you. You had to go to Twitter to find that out. That's bull. They dropped the